Philadelphia is gentrifying at a more rapid pace than almost anywhere else in America right now. And obviously, while it's better to live next to a yoga studio than it is to an open-air trank market, simply revitalizing one area and just pushing the problem further away doesn't actually solve anything. It's only a temporary band-aid for problems like drugs and crime, which are endemic in our society. Eventually, like we see in San Francisco, the criminal element of every city which is only repressed by gentrification will grow to reclaim the city it was pushed out of. This kind of rapid development has proved to be totally unsustainable and results in the emboldening of a hyper-localized criminal underclass who spends their entire free time preying on transplants.
This shit, honestly, it became a forte of mine because the Google techies that started coming by, they were so fucking dumb, so stupid. They'd pull up in their fucking new Tesla, jump out the car, doors fucking wide, like fucking left open with hella shit in there, dude. Greed can only hit you so much, dude. And it's like, dude, I feel like it was more so we had to teach some guys a lesson, you know? It's like, come on, dude. You're just gonna leave all your shit there every day, every week, like no matter what. I'm talking about like when they go to work, like, you know, they'll leave their doors unlocked no matter what, like.
As you can see, much of his desire to do crime is a reaction to San Francisco's gentrification, which rapidly disrupted the economy and cultural identity of the city. Cultural capital actually matters. And Kensington is home to many local artists who aren't homeless and don't approve of what the city has allowed their neighborhood to turn into.
This is my homie right here, Big Banks Kenzo. He been holding Kensington down for a long time.
I touch a bag for real. Best of low stash, that boy gon' be mad. That shit gon' be bad for real. Hey bro, chill out, you already know how we carrying it. I used to tuck all the work in my sock. Still on the F, I can't go to the spot. Bitch in the face of my hood, if you with me, you good, baby. I got that shit here on lock.
He says that since cops began turning a blind eye in Kensington, it's become a magnet for drug users all around the country.
Some people come down here. I talked to this one boy. He said he was from Memphis. He came down here 8 years ago and got stuck and just been comfortable down here. How you do that? I make clothes like bro said. I give clothes out to these people for free. I gave one guy clothes. He found my Instagram when he moved to California, got on his feet, he got his life together, and then I just found out he OD'd out there off fentanyl. And it's like, damn, you left down here to get on your feet, and you still went to wherever you went to thinking you found peace and still got caught up in it. So it's really a mindset. It don't matter where you at, bro.
Some of these people really have mental problems, schizophrenia. Like, they be having serious issues going on with them, something that we can't help them.
But then it's like, if they know they could come here and not do it elsewhere, it makes hair even worse. You gotta remember, there's little kids down here just like it is out Fairmount and Seattle and all that, bro. That's walking to school, they got walk past it. We just were talking about the library. I got a 10-year-old son. He know that the library is called Needles Park. He never knew it as the library. I knew it as. And I just moved out the neighborhood.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I done moved out the neighborhood.
If the real estate conspiracy is true, the plan is working. Big Banks Kenzo, a member of the creative class whose entire identity is based around the neighborhood, is leaving after 27 years, out of concerns for the safety of his son. Developers obviously don't care, but tearing down old school neighborhoods to build homogenized hipster zones like you see in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, or Silver Lake, Los Angeles, is a very short-sighted decision because it ultimately erases the culture and history of the neighborhood, which are the very factors that made it attractive to transplants in the first place. Yet, this is all justified in the name of safety, a strange and politicized term that leads to many questions. Safety from who? And safety from what? Who is the unsafe person? And who are we keeping them away from? Does this mean keeping drug addicts away from children? What about the 10,000 children living in Kensington? Or does it mean keeping gang members away from grandmothers? Which is impossible because they typically live together. In my opinion, what safety means in this context, without question, is keeping Temple University students away from Philadelphia locals. Let me explain. Temple University is a predominantly white, relatively expensive university in the middle of North Philly. When I say the middle, it's in the middle of North Philly. It's only about 3 miles from K&A, and for many decades, Temple has had a reputation as a very dangerous place to go to school.
2 students were robbed on 16th Street, both inside of Temple's patrol zone.
However, in the past decade, Temple has gone above and beyond to rehabilitate its image and increase enrollment, and it's definitely worked. They've expanded their police force to include safety initiatives, like the walking escort program, and expanded their patrol boundaries to include a 50-block radius that just barely borders the Kensington neighborhood to the east. Now, this Temple patrol boundary has gradually expanded, as Temple University has systematically purchased blocks upon blocks of North Philadelphia row homes to convert into student housing. To clarify, Temple hasn't done this directly, but through their shell companies, Temple Nest Apartments, Temple Villas, and Templetown Realty. It should come as no surprise that many of the properties in South Kensington past Lehigh Avenue are being developed specifically by these companies. I know this might sound crazy, but hear me out. I think that Temple University President Jason Wingard, Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney, Police Chief Kevin Bethel, and the Trank brothers are all partners in a four-way real estate scam to build an Equinox gym and Stumptown coffee roasters on the corner of Kensington and Allegheny in 5 years. I'm obviously joking, but the point I'm making is that speculating over who's doing what and why this is happening is kind of futile at this point. There's no real possible way to actually resist gentrification, and no amount of awareness in the world could possibly disrupt these market forces. The reality is that everyday life for people doing drugs on the corner of K&A is absolute hell.